Arsenal could be on the verge of the very worst thing possible happening to them. Look, if you ask any Arsenal fan, who's the one guy in this team that you don't want to lose? And I'm being honest with you, there's news coming out that will not make Arsenal fans happy. We're going to speak on that, and also Bukayo Saka. We got some good news on Bukayo Saka that I want to speak about. But the very first place I want to start is Saliba. Before we get into it though, just very quickly, if you could just do me the favour, hit like on this video just to help the channel. So William Saliba, guys, I need your opinions on this straight away. I need to know what your guys' thoughts are. PSG and Real Madrid are wanting William Saliba. What do you even do with that news? News is coming out. PSG and Real Madrid are going to be pursuing William Saliba as soon as the Euros end. What price tag do you put on this player? A player that to Arsenal is... It's not about money with Saliba. We just have to keep... He's such an integral part of this team. We can't afford to lose William Saliba. I want you to know, if we had to sell William Saliba... Like I said, what price tag do you put on him? Because if I'm being honest, I don't accept money for William Saliba. I don't think you can take 150 million for this player, because I don't think you can replace him with a player who's going to be as good. You might get 150 million pound, but you're going to have to go and buy 2 or 3 players just to replace William Saliba because of the attributes he has, because of what he offers. You know, he's the best young centre-back in world football. If Arsenal are serious... It doesn't matter the offer that comes in. We can't afford to let this player go. You know, there's also news coming out about Kivior. He's wanted by Juventus. So that could be 2 massive parts of the Arsenal team that we need to replace. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on it. Do you think Arsenal would let Saliba go? How much of a price tag do you even put on Saliba? And then if you do accept the money, who do you replace him with? What options are out there that are even anywhere near as good as William Saliba? Look, William Saliba is an obvious Arsenal first-teamer. The French manager didn't see it. He came out with some comments in the season that a lot of Arsenal fans were looking at and thinking, what are you talking about? Are you watching the same games of football? Are you not appreciating the excellence that William Saliba undoubtedly has? He's obviously seen it different this time, because he's gone to the French squad at the Euros and he's a starting centre-back. Always a no-brainer. Best centre-back in the world at his age as well. Like, he's so young and he's already the best centre-back in world football. Who can you replace that guy with? I just don't get it. First teamer for France. First teamer for Arsenal. So I don't think we should accept any bids on this player. The only thing that makes me hopeful is I don't think Arsenal now are the selling team of years gone by. I don't think Arsenal need the money. We've all seen it. In seasons gone by, Arsenal needed to fund the stadium, so they're more than happy to get a decent enough fee for the players and ship them on. Bring in young players, get them to a certain level, and then ship them on. Try and make some money. That was Arsenal's model for a few seasons. It used to infuriate the life out of me and many other Arsenal fans. But I just don't think Arsenal are that club anymore. I would be so surprised. Look, there'd probably be riots if Arsenal sell William Saliba, because what direction are you going in if you sell this player, honestly? Because you're not going to replace him with a likewise. There's no one on the level as William Saliba, especially at that age. So it wouldn't make sense to me. Arsenal, in recent windows, in recent seasons, have been more than willing to put their hand in their pocket and bring in the players that Edu and Mikel Arteta want. So if you're happy to spend these huge amounts of money on the last couple of seasons, why would you entertain offers of high value for a player just because it's a lot of money? That wouldn't make sense to me. We've just spent 100 million on Declan Rice, and then you're going to sell William Saliba for 100 or 150 million pounds to Real Madrid. Doesn't make sense to me. Not too long ago, William Saliba signed a contract, but that won't stop, or that won't deter clubs from wanting to buy him. If they see William Saliba as the perfect guy for their project, then they will send offers in. It's up to Arsenal, Edu, Arteta, to say to these clubs, guys, you can come at us with any amount of money. We're not selling him. He doesn't need to be sold. And that's what I'm hoping Arsenal do, because we've been stung in the past of our star players leaving. The Robin van Persie one springs to mind. That was painful. And although PSG or Real Madrid aren't in the same league as us, so it won't affect us directly, I still think losing William Saliba would be a massive dent in not only Arsenal's team, but the way that Arsenal were perceived. You know, Arsenal can still see Arsenal as a selling club. I don't think we are that anymore. I'm just hoping, like I said, that Edu, Arteta are not enticed by this offer because they're thinking if we get 150 for Saliba, that means we can sprint. Because we know PSR is stinging people. We know people need to sell to buy. And I hope Arsenal are not looking at Saliba and thinking, that's a lot of money on our balance sheet. If we can sell William Saliba for £150 million, we could go and spend that on another 3-4 players. Let me know if you think it's going to happen. I would be absolutely gutted, disappointed, and to be fair, just angry if William Saliba left Arsenal. I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts on it. What do you think of William Saliba? The next guy I wanted to get into is Bukayo Saka. Has he been struggling at the Euros? If we're being honest, probably yeah. I certainly don't think he's been the worst performer in that England squad. I think he's been better than Foden. I think Foden had a better game in the last game. But I think over the 3 games, Bukayo Saka's been absolutely fine. He's been playing at a higher level than Harry Kane. Harry Kane's done nothing. Phil Foden had half of a good game. And Bukayo Saka had 1 good game. So there's not much to differentiate these forward players for England. And I think it's good now that we're hearing news that Bukayo Saka is set to start today's game against Slovakia. I would have been shocked if he was dropped, to be honest. We know Gareth Southgate has his favourites and he puts trust in his players. And I was kind of hoping, I hope Gareth Southgate has that with Bukayo Saka. And it seems he will. Because there's been a lot of noise from, I guess you would call them rival England fans. Because they're not Arsenal fans. Because they're wanting Saka dropped. They don't want to see Saka on that right-hand side. They're wanting to see Cole Palmer. And I understand it because Cole Palmer had a good 20 minutes. But Bukayo Saka's had a good 2 years for England. So you do have to have a certain degree of loyalty. Now, I'm not saying that... I say you have to be loyal, but I'm not saying if a player's rubbish, you don't need to drop him. But Bukayo Saka hasn't been rubbish. Bukayo Saka needs to be given a chance. And I'm glad that the news coming out, Sky Sports Carve confirmed today that it's looking like Bukayo Saka will start on that right-hand side. There's been some noise that Cole Palmer is in the picture. So Bukayo Saka does need to have a good game in this game. Because if he doesn't, there is a good chance he could be dropped in the next game against Switzerland. So I'm just hoping Bukayo Saka scores today. He scored in the last game and it was ruled offside because Phil Foden was offside. Bukayo Saka does get himself in positions where he can score goals. I'm just hoping Bukayo Saka has a good game today. What are your thoughts on Bukayo Saka playing for England? Because I know before the tournament started, a lot of you guys were saying, I hope he don't play. I hope he gets rested. So are you still having that same feeling? Do you want to see Bukayo Saka rested for this Slovakia game? I know there's a lot of you guys that are not from England, so you don't care if England win or not. So I guess if you're looking at it from that point of view, you're wanting Saka to be as fit as possible for next season. So if he does get dropped, you might not mind. But I think what we need to bear in mind is that his confidence might be affected if he is dropped for a Cole Palmer. You know, Cole Palmer, he's just been introduced into the England squad. And if Bukayo Saka loses his position to this player straight away, you've got to think about the mentality or how it would affect Bukayo Saka. Will he then start to doubt himself? I don't think he would, but it's always a possibility we got to look at. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope to see Bukayo Saka in that starting 11 today, and I think he's going to have a good game. Let me know your thoughts on Bukayo Saka. Let me know your thoughts on William Saliba. How much is he worth? Would you sell him? Or would you just say, no chance, we ain't selling William Saliba? Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Like I said, before you go, if you could just do me the favour, just hit thumbs up on this video. Just like it and subscribe. And I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.